Hey, what's going on, guys? Joe and Gavin here. This is the Real Estate Investing Mastery Podcast. And we're also broadcasting right now in our YouTube channels. How are you doing, Gavin?
I'm good, Joe. And guess what? I've not even told you this. Look what I've got.
Number two, coach. Yes.
And we never even planned this. I was just looking at it and I was like, oh.
Those of you listening in, a student, I swear, sent this to me. I did not buy it for myself. This mug says best coach ever, and the bottom says number one. And Gavin kept on saying, yeah, you stole my mug. And so I sent, it's me or Sam, sent him number two coach. Anyway, it's kind of funny. Nice. You got it back.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
back.
But
Anyway.
Gavin and I really love, I mean, one of my passions in this business, Gavin, is coaching people and helping them find breakthrough, do their first deal, finally break over that hump of doing 1 or 2 deals a month to 5 deals a month. And that's one of the reasons why I like working with you so much, Gavin, is you are really, really good at things that I'm not. Like I dive deep into the technical stuff. You're more of the motivator, the mindset guy. And
Yeah.
so there is no number one coach.
No, it's good. And you're exactly right. I mean, there's so many people, I think, coming into the industry, wanting to be coaches, and that's great. But sometimes it has to be in you,
Yeah.
right? It's something that, I mean, you can learn anything, but I obviously being as a golf pro, I was a coach for 10 years. So it's always in me to see people get better at whatever it is that they're doing. And you're exactly right. And, we have some fun with it. Even though I still think you mailed that to yourself, but you say you didn't.
Yeah. All right. So in this video series, we've talked before, we created this PDF called Recession Proof Real Estate Investing Guide. It's a free PDF we get. But we wanted to, it's like a 50 something page, kind of like a book, but we wanted to actually break it down into something simpler, shorter, more condensed. So we created this PDF it's like 9 pages long of 7 steps investors must take now to survive this recession that we're in. And things are changing. You already know, we don't have to talk about it. Interest rates are up, inflation is up, hedge funds are backing out of deals. The market is shifting. Days on market are way up. Supply is way up. Price drops, I'm seeing them like crazy everywhere. We're getting more and more sellers accepting creative financing lease option offers. So things are changing, and we want you all listening to us right now to make these simple, minor adjustments and changes so that you can continue to do more deals. And in fact, if you set yourself up right, you'll actually be doing more deals than you ever have before, because we're very optimistic about what's coming on in the market right now. And we want you to be prepared. So we're going to do a quick little 7-step video series here talking about each of the steps in this PDF. But if you want it, you can get it right now. I think you have to do the www, but you go to www.reiproof.com/7steps, www.reiproof.com/7steps. And the link is below the video, whether you're watching this in YouTube or Facebook right now.
Yeah.
But the first step we're going to talk about is finding the buyers first. This is really important. It's always been important, but it's even more especially important in this market, right? Because number one, there's fewer buyers out there that are actually buying homes. There's still a lot of them, but it's more important than ever. You can't be sloppy anymore with your offers, because before you could just make a stupid offer and there's going to be some stupid buyer that buys it. So, you know what I mean? But now, even more important than ever, you need to make sure you're focusing your marketing like a laser beam on the areas that have the highest demand. And you need to focus like a laser beam on who the best buyers are. Gavin, I'm going to share my screen here in just a minute, but talk about this a second. Why is finding buyers so important? And what are some of the things you want to know from these buyers?
No, absolutely. I mean, you said it at the start of the call. Hedge funds is number one, right? Hedge funds pulling out shows that the market is changing. In Alabama, I think we work with 4 or 5. I think 4 have pulled out of the market. 1 have dropped their prices. Buyers, our regular buyers now, are pulling out of deals, or they're reducing their prices. So as you just said, Joe, you can't now just come in and start offering crazy prices and still manage to get that spread. And I think there's been a lot of, over the last couple of years, anyone can do this business, right? Because you can make yourself look good. Even people that flip homes and oh yeah, we made 40,000, but they didn't tell you that it sold 40,000 over asking price, right? And they got lucky.
Yeah.
So we're going to be weeding out a lot of people in the industry that have been on an uphill market, and now you've got to be getting more savvy. And it starts with the buyers, finding out where they're buying, how many they're buying, do they have their financing in place, what are they looking for? It's really important, because even though that they will say, well, we'll buy anything, they won't buy anything, right? So you have to go, well, is there anywhere that you won't buy? Well, I'm not going to buy in these zip codes. Okay. And you have to build that relationship and understand what the buyer wants. I call it kind of like a VIP treatment, right? You got to build your network, build your relationship with your buyer, because then it becomes a lot easier for you.
Yeah. And in just a second here, I'm going to show you 3 different ways to find these buyers. And the 2 of them are free. One of them is free and one of them is premium. So let me just share my screen right now and I'll show it to you. Cool. Boom. No, I got to go here. Hide that. Boom. Oh, look at that. All right. First, of course, Freedom Soft. If you, Freedom Soft has been making a lot of really incredible changes lately to make this so much easier. And if you go right here to tools and go to Zip Finder, I just picked at random a county. Gavin, let's go ahead and look at it. It's Marion County, Indiana. Now, Indiana has always been a hot market for turnkey real estate investors. What do you mean by that? Like, there's a lot of investors in California and I don't know, Florida that are looking for cash flow. They can't get it there. So they look in markets like Indianapolis because a good, strong economy, job growth, good middle class, blue collar people there. And you can find great rentals that you can rent there. So if, for example, here in Freedom Soft, if we went to Indiana and went to Marion County, again, if you're watching this, you can see what I'm doing. Obviously, if you're watching this, you can see what I'm doing. If you're listening to this on iTunes or Spotify or as a podcast, you need to go to the YouTube channel and check this out. Now, the time frame here, which is important because people are wondering like, oh no, the market's falling, the sky's falling, what's going on? Well, let's just look at the last 30 days from when I'm doing this right now and see what kind of data we can get. Just as the last 30 days. Are there actually investors still buying homes right now? Are they still or is this all of the bad news? If you listen to it so much, it can kind of freak you out. So are there people actually still buying homes today? I think maybe it didn't work. Maybe 30 days is too soon. Let's do 60 days here. There we go.
It probably wouldn't be recorded and stuff.
Yeah. So there, you want to do 60 days. But here, look at this. In 46203, there's 41 transactions. 46218, there's been 35. 46222, 26. So all I need to do is click on those 3 buttons, click Find Buyers here. Finding buyers. I did select. What did I do? It was just, I was testing this, I swear. Find Buyers. Well, normally I'll try this maybe next time we do this video and find why something's not right here. Something's not working. But let me show you list source. All right. We're going to go right here to investor absentee owners. Now you can create a free account in list source to get this data. Doesn't mean you have to buy it, but let's go to county. Let's go to state, Indiana. Let's go to Marion County. There's 43,000 absentee owners, right? So let's go to next right here. Let's do single family 1 to 4 units. And I'm going to go right here to last market recording date, last 3 months. Add. Now, this is true what's going on now when you're looking at, you can see there's 693 right there. When you're looking at comps, when you're looking at buyers, you can't go back anymore 6 months, 12 months. You need to be going back sooner than that to get better comps and see who the more active buyers are. Okay, so there's 693, but there's actually going to be even more in the last 3 months. If I go here, absentee owned, I'm going to say corporate owned, no preference. In the last 3 months, guys, been 2,400 transactions in Marion County, Indiana. Last 3 months. So as we're recording this July, that's since April, right? And this is well into the whole hype and hysteria of the recession and inflation and high interest rates and all of that. There are still 2,400 transactions in the last 3 months in Marion County. So who are these buyers? What are they buying? Well, the way we like to do it here real quick is we'll pretend like we're purchasing the list here. We're going to go to purchase partial list. We're going to go to custom selection, and we're going to do the drop down zip code. If I'm going through this really fast, I've done videos before about it on YouTube, or you can just watch this and slow it down. So what we have here is all of these zip codes listed out. Now you could just get a pen and paper, right, and just do a search for manual.
To say that.
What is the most, like 46201 is a big one. There's been 210 transactions there. 46218 is a big one. 46203. So you can just write those down. Okay. I have this little spreadsheet that I built. I like showing it off. I'm just going to copy those numbers. I'm going to put it right here in this little spreadsheet real quick. And then I'm just going to take these two, copy, paste them right here. Hopefully this works. Oh, boom. Look at that. Isn't that pretty, Gavin?
Look at that.
So we see in 460. Huh?
Yeah, great. It's awesome when it works.
Yeah, especially when it works. You can see here the top 3, 4, 5 zip codes. If we go right here, these top 7 zip codes where 50% of the transactions are happening. They're still happening today. So you can go in and get a list of who those buyers are, and you can go in and find what they're buying. Okay. You can also do this in PropStream. If you go into Marion County real quick, you go to filter. We want owner occupied. No. We want, let's not even do that. Let's keep it simpler. We're going to do property characteristics. We want, let's just say single families, multifamilies 2 to 4. We're going to go up here to ownership info. We want last sale date. We're just going to go back 3 months. 1, 2, 3, April 12th. All right. And click close. You can see they have about 1,000 transactions here. You can also go in and you could even say ownership info. Show me all of the investors that bought that were out of state. There's 332 in the last 3 months transactions purchased by investors from outside of Indiana. So what does that tell you? These investors are still buying properties, and you can go in here and you can see who they are, who's buying them. So let's just look at one of them, for example, here. This is Christina Lane. Open Door Property Trust. I don't know if you've heard of Open Door, Gavin.
I think so. Yeah, it rings a bell, that one.
Open Door. Now this might have been, let's see when they actually closed on this. They bought it May 16th, 2 months ago. They bought it for $265. Where is this property? Well, you can go in, and we're not going to dive into the details of this, but like you can keep track of this stuff to find out who these buyers are, what are they buying, and you're going to get a real quick feel. Now, if this would work in FreedomSoft, I can't believe it's not. I'm going to try one more time because I was just testing it before we went live, and it was working just fine because I want to show you one quick thing that you can do that is super powerful. All right, so we're going to pick the top. Let's just pick the top 3 zip codes. Click find buyers. Here we go. It is working now. Active buyer. All right, so it's just showing me the top 3 zip codes in Indianapolis, in Marion County. There they are. All right, I could select all pages, but I'm just going to select this one page, 250. I can add them to a lead list. I'm going to create a new lead list titled Marion County Demo. All right, now I have, it's importing in here in just a minute. I'm going to have 250 property records in here, and I'm going to highlight them. And with a couple clicks, I can skip trace all of them and then do a cold calling campaign to just get on the phone and talk to them. So it's going to take a minute to upload here. But like this is what we're showing you guys. It's just super simple ways through FreedomSoft or ListSource or PropStream where you can find who the active buyers are and what they're buying. And this is why it's so important, just to kind of bring it home here, and we'll wrap it up. You want to be able to, it's so much easier to sell what a buyer wants rather than what you have.
Yeah.
So if you find a deal that you think is a good deal and you go out and try to sell it, it's going to be a lot harder. But if you know who the buyers are, you've talked to them, you have some kind of relationship with them, and you bring them what they've already told you they wanted, you can still command really, really high wholesaling fees because you know what they want. And you know, all right, well, this house in this zip code, they're paying $150 a square foot, or they're paying $100,000 for this type of house. So you know if they're going to buy it for 100 grand, you go in and offer 80 to the seller, right? This is just going to be more important now than ever. Make sense?
Yeah, and things as well, like the least resistance for you as a business owner as well, is that deals are moving still fast for you, right? When you've done this prep work ahead of time, when you have a deal, you already know who's going to buy it. So things like when I say we can sell a deal in 30 minutes, like that's the reason. It's not I'm looking for a new buyer and sell it in 30 minutes, because I already have the buyers, I have the relationship. That's how we can move deals so quickly.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to show you something here real quick because it's working now. I mean, all those leads finished importing in. Let me click here. All right, so this is my FreedomSoft. I have 189 records in here. They removed the duplicates, okay? So if I highlight all 189, I can go here to more actions. I can skip trace these leads. It'll only charge me for the non-LLCs. All right, drag those over there. I click confirm skip trace. I'm going to skip 94 leads. 94 of all of them were non-LLCs. All right, I'm going to submit the order here. And as it's going, you'll see it's pending. And in just a minute, let me refresh my screen here. In progress. Well, it's almost done here. But what's going to happen is I'm going to guess about 150 phone numbers. Almost complete. Let me share my screen again now. Refresh. Complete. 56 leads complete, right? So I can go to that list now, my pipeline, Marion County. I'm going to go to all. I'm going to select all of them. I'm going to go right here to more actions, and I'm going to go to click to call dialer. A few buttons here, and I can give them a name, select a phone number, and I can start calling them. I can remove the ones that have the do not call. I can remove the ones that have the known litigator. I can call primary or just mobile. I can send them a follow-up message that says, hey, Jim, I just left you a voicemail. Call me. It's important, after you leave them a voicemail. And then just like that, within a matter of minutes and clicks, you're going to have 100 people, 100 phone numbers, whatever, that you can just start calling who bought properties recently. There was a couple months ago, Gavin, do you remember we did a demonstration of this? And the first person we called was a private investor who just bought a property in Florida. They lived near Washington, D.C. And we talked to them and said, hey, we're investors here. We noticed you just bought a property. Are you looking for more deals like that? Right. And they're like, yeah. And it was really quick and easy. Super, it's not sales or anything. You're just asking them, well, what are you looking for? And this person dive deep into like, I'm looking for these kinds of properties. I'm looking, I don't want that much rehab. It needs to rent for this amount of money. So that's going to be our whole point in this. Is it's going to be more important than ever as we're in this recession. And as it continues to get worse, you've got to know who the buyers are. You got to know what they're looking for, and you need to get on the phone and talk to them. Cool.
Yeah. Love it. So get on it, guys. Step one, find the buyers.
That's step one. We're going to do another video here in a little bit for part two, step two. But if you want this PDF, it's a simple 9-page PDF that just walks through each of these steps. Go to www.reiproof.com/7 steps, or the link is in the video description as well. We appreciate you all, and we'll see you guys later.
Thanks. Bye-bye.